Hi everybody, it's Cathryn from In the Pink Designs. My project today is a box that measures 3 1/4 by 2 1/2 by 1. Opens at the top, which you could use you can just put a bow on, and you can use a Velcro dot here because it has 2 flaps and then the 2 sides. Inside I put the 3-pack of the baker's twine that has Balmy Blue, Lemon Lolly, and Flirty Flamingo in that. That is still available, but that just gives you an idea. You could probably fit one of the smaller rolls of baker's twine in there too. Alright, and I think it's a cute little package. Instead of all this DSP, you can put one that is just basic white, and you can write your note or stamp a sentiment on there. I think that would be great. Okay, so I'm using Country Birdhouse stamp set and dies just for the bird. And I'm using the Unbounded Love dies for this oval and this oval right here. Okay, so what we need is, on this first one I used boho blue, but this time I'm going to use Night of Navy. So we need a piece of cardstock that is 9 1/2 by 7 1/4. Some basic white for stamping. I told you the oval circle out of basic white. This flowered oval, scalloped oval I meant if I said circle. I think these are little flowers or leaves that I'm going to put around this oval out of Night of Navy. And I'm using the Countryside in Designer Series paper. We need 4 that are 3 by 2 1/4. It's the same DSP front to back, so I did 2 with that side and 2 with this side. And then we need 2 that are 3/4 by 3 and 2 that are 3/4 by 2 1/4. Okay, let me get my Simply Scored. And we're going to start on the 9 1/2 inch side. And you want to score at 2 1/2, 3 1/2, 6, and 7. Turn it to the 7 1/4 inch side and score at 1, 2, 5 1/4, and 6 1/4. Okay, now you just want to fold and burnish all of your score lines. Okay, so this can go either way. Okay, and this is what we're going to be doing. Alright, so we're going to start down here. We're going to go to the first score line, cut it to the second score line, and take both these rectangles off. Okay, go to the next score line, cut it to the second score line, take the 1 square off, and wedge the top one. Okay, go to the next 2 score lines and cut them to the second score line. Take the bottom square off and wedge the top one. Okay, and then remove these 2 last rectangles. Alright. Okay, now turn it to the other side, and we're going to do the same thing. Go to the first score line, cut it to the second score line, take off those 2 rectangles. Go to the next score line and cut it to the second score line, take off the bottom square, and wedge the one on the top. Go to the next score line, cut it to the second score line, and then the next score line, cut it to the second score line. You want to take the bottom square off and wedge both sides of the top one. and then take these two rectangles off. So we basically have two top flap kind of, but one's going to go underneath. Okay, and after you're done cutting it, you want to round the corners of these sides here. Okay, and that's what your cardstock should look like when you're done scoring and cutting. Okay, now I'm going to put Stampin Seal on all of these. Okay, then we want to attach all tabs to the rectangle that is right next to it and match up the score line with the side of the rectangle. Okay, and that is your box. Alright, so I'm going to put the 4 larger pieces. These two are going to go here and here, and this pattern here and the back. Then these are the long sides and these are the short sides, but these are going to be this pattern. Alright, now I'm going to let that sit and we're going to do our stamping. So we need our piece of basic white, Tuxedo Black Ink, and our little bird. Alright. Okay, and I'm just going to cut this out. Alright, and all I'm using for this is light Daffodil Delight and light and dark Balmy Blue. And I'm just going to color a little bit of dark in on the sides of each of these pieces of his feather and some on the back feathers. And then I'm just going to put all the rest with light Balmy Blue. Alright. And then with light Daffodil Delight, I'm going to do the beak and the feet. Okay. Alright, so now we need our 2 pieces. Here we go. Alright, so I'm gonna put the basic white oval on the bottom, and I'm just gonna try to put as little bit of glue, and then just spread it so that it's not too sticky all over. Alright, and then I'm just gonna put it right over the scallop. Kind of covers up the dots. Okay, and then we'll put our bird on with dimensionals. I'm just going to use a little piece for the tail. Okay. I'm just going to put him, oops, I like this part at the top. Right like that. Alright, you would put your contents in, and then we're going to use some ribbon. This is glittered organdy, but we have iridescent ribbon that is coming. That'll be great. Alright, so this is the top. So I'm going to put it around the back and then tie a bow on the front, the very top here. Alright, and then I'm going to take some dimensionals and put it right on top of some of that ribbon. Alright, And then the final touch, I'm going to add some Rhinestone Basic Jewels to this top part with the kind of the flower things. And I'm going to put a large one in the middle and 2 small ones on the sides. Okay, and that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. All my information is below, including the link to my blog that has all of the measurements and everything written out for you, and my shop. Okay, if you're wanting anything from the new catalog, please consider buying them from me. I would love to be your demonstrator, or if you would like to join my team, I would love it. All right, please subscribe and hit the like button, and I will see you next time. Bye.